Alright, everybody, we've got another in-memo game. Disobeyed gonna take on Mastro this time. And Tenri coming out from Mastro, interestingly. I think... I don't know how you feel, but I actually like Emeric on this map. I think there's opportunities for indirects here.
Yep. I mean, always liked Emeric on this map. You do kind of lack a bit of early game presence because, takes a while to get crystal. But we'll see how it goes. There's also a danger where in some games where they're the late game commanders usually want less fighting because that way they can build up more army before grooves have a big impact. But there is also a case where if there is no fighting at all, then they don't actually get their grooves. And then the big units come out and whoever gets the first big engagement basically gets grooved because they kill stuff initially. But we'll see how this goes. Let's see. Tenri, an interesting pick on this map. It is quite close quarters, so it is pretty impossible to keep some units outside of her range if you want to avoid her grabbing them. That being said, it is also some pretty blobby formations, and these tend to be easier to Tenri proof. So we'll see. Oh, was that a knight crit on the right side?
I believe it was. It one-shot the sword in forest, so...
Yep.
Nice little punish there from Disobeyed.
And Wargroove 1, that was RNG. And now we can do opening stuff like that. Nice. But yeah, committing quite a bit to the early sword harass, which is usually what you should do. Because if you don't, you're still gonna lose stuff later on. Because your stronghold's gonna get pressured. So might as well, do it on your own terms, I suppose.
Yeah, it makes sense, and yeah, just... I guess you want to build a lot of groove as well. And this is true for both commanders. But Emeric really wants to tier 2 at the right time. Ooh, we even see the sword hit on the knight. That actually trades very favorably for the sword. I know the sword hits normally do gold-wise, but the knight can't even kill the sword on the counter-attack there.
Yep, and knights you usually want to keep full HP, especially on this map. There is villages near the sides that you usually aim knight crits at, and you kind of really it's one of the main targets of the knights, and usually that village is on very high HP, so if your knight isn't full, then you can be not able to threaten that. But let's see. Sacrificing a sword for that, actually.
Yeah, that seems very... I don't know how I feel about that. And yeah, that spear is... You can't really tell, but it is on a mountain. So the sword crit into that spear is barely going to do anything. I like the use of the low health sword hitting the gate. Oh, Mastro back.
Gotta squeeze as much as you can out of that sword. Oh, and now there's Tenri, Groove, Dragon, and Knight aiming at the stronghold. They're all aiming at the same side, so it's not actually that scary if you consider one turn lethals. But is there any anti-air on that side, actually?
There is a mage over here. I guess there's a tower, so Witch will probably come out. No, second mage does.
Well, you're saying there's one anti-air on that side?
And now there's two mages.
Well, I would argue that's not quite on that side, to be honest. Doesn't Dragon just get a free unit here?
Oh, you might be right, actually. I think Archer will crit anything the dragon goes for. But is Tenri just going to try and barrel through? Everybody says yes. And I think Archer, doesn't die. Does take a big hit though.
Does a mage reach that dragon? No. Yeah, so the dragon is, perfectly fine there. Might eat an archer crit, but archer is low HP, so whatever, I guess.
Nice.
Here. Yeah, air trooper getting some value. Not sure. I guess you're gonna have the archer heal this turn, so that next turn get benefit from the range.
No, goes for the crit.
Wow, I would think you would like step into the crystal's range.
Yeah, I guess
But if you're not healing it, then it doesn't really matter because it's not much damage anyways.
Yeah,
But the right side economy is becoming all Mastro now, so this is like Disobeyed has to make this fight like count really hard, and yeah, Mastro's doing the safe play. Disengaging and sitting on the economy he just got.
And that is not where you want your crystal to be. Like, you want it to be far more aggressively positioned. There is not much that can come in as far as like reinforcements, so like Treb does not exist on the left. Like Treb Ballista doesn't exist really on this map, and then
oh, there we go, the knight on the side.
Oh, that's so much economy.
Could lose a sword for that, but
oh, look at
is Mastro trying to get tier 2? Yeah, he has tier 2. What's he gonna grab?
Perhaps the archer.
Oh, the archer. You just healed that. Oh, not doing nothing with the shockwave. So maybe, could have done a bit more with the tier 2, but looks like just gonna settle for a clean archer kill, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess like Disobeyed doing some character attacks. You get 600 gold this turn though. You could be as efficient as you like, but if you have no money per turn, then that's an awful position to be in. Having to use like multiple units to kill single spears as well, that's gonna feel really bad.
Well, Emeric is like Emeric is the commander who like can make better use of lower cost units, so there's that. But he still doesn't like being behind, but
Yeah, and like, if you're having to fight outside of your crystal range, like suddenly that, oh, my units are way more cost effective doesn't really matter anymore because they're moving into positions where they aren't cost effective, and then they just get picked off by like this giant blob of spears.
Yeah, and I think it does feel like Mastro outmaneuvered the Disobeyed this game.
Yeah, I mean this is going to be kind of nice because the spears aren't going to take as much counterattack damage, but even
Yeah, kind of weird seeing that +4 defense, but with the plain style visuals.
Yeah. I guess that's Emeric's thing though. Alright.
Yeah.
Can he do anything to this spear formation? He can kind of chip away at it.
I mean, Disobeyed didn't manage to gain some ground before the spear balloon arrived on the right side, and the spear balloon with at the same time as Tenri attacking the stronghold happening meant that Emeric had to go back to defend, and it is the correct play in the moment, but long term it means that Mastro can outmaneuver and win by economy.
And I feel like that tier 2 groove from Tenri was just a big flex. Like, oh, I have all
Yeah,
this groove, I'm just gonna
it
yank
wasn't
one
like
unit.
necessary, but yeah, Mastro was in an already good position at that point, so might as well.
I guess like the archer is like the one thing that is like, I guess, like a power unit for Emeric at that point. You know, it's got that +5, well, it's got that +2 range, so it's got 5 range overall, and you know, archer crits do really hurt. Like, they're very capable of like heavily damaging knights and like other units, but so I guess if you're gonna pick up one unit, it might as well be the archer. But yeah, like when you've got your opponent down to 600 eco and you're building golems
I
on your side
mean,
of the map, like,
it was also the most expensive unit, right?
it was literally the most expensive unit on that side of the map. Like, balloon is like kind of close, but yeah, Disobeyed didn't even have a knight in that case, so.
But yeah, it does feel like all of this is the consequence of Mastro outplaying Disobeyed early game.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Mastro is a huge fan of this map. Is the person that ported it to Wargroove 2. So I think, yeah, we're probably going to see a bunch more memo from Mastro in the future. But anyway, so going to the next game.